Hello everybody. I'm Loomis, and we're back to Dark Souls 2. I seem to recall last time I was horribly stuck on a boss, and decided to wander around a bit and see if I could get some Titanite chunks. Would you believe it? I found plenty of Titanite slabs, but not a single chunk. So I'm trying to find an enemy that drops them, I think. Maybe these guys do, who knows? I'm starting to think that Titanite chunks don't exist in this game. But then again, a bug in a Dark Souls game? Unheard of. I'm probably just getting bad drops. In any case, I'm gonna spend 5 minutes here, just to warm up. Certainly the place for it. And then we'll beat the boss first try. Why wouldn't we? Why do you have so little faith in me, chat? Why? Remember this from last time. I've got a ton of improved drop items on. And nothing drops. Nothing. Ever. Anywhere. I can only assume my luck stat is through the floor. Straight up cursed. How am I supposed to know whether these guys drop Titanite chunks when they don't drop anything? Oh. Well, there's also the Turtle Knights over here, so I might go fishing over there. With how many armored people there are, something's gotta drop twinkling, right? Right? Well, if the regular soldiers don't do it, what about the captains? They've got fancier gear, right? All I'm getting out of these guys is legendary high-quality equipment. Like, come on, give me what I want. Is that guy despawned? I must have been this way a few times, I guess. Nothing. Hey, maybe I'll get a level of int out of this, who knows. What about you guys? You're really heavily armored. You covered in chunks of Titanite? Titanite chunks? Are you chunky boys? Nothing. So frustrating how they survive with like 1 hit point. I obviously need more int. Oh, that's an item. Some items. Large shards. Are you serious? Well, I guess that this isn't where I get chunks. You get large shards here, and you get slabs in the castle. There's like nowhere in between. I don't know where to go. Ah well, maybe I'll just go face that boss again. Rando6, hi, how are you doing? Having a good day? Feels like a waste to fight a boss with 20,000 souls when I know I'm gonna die and not get it back. But, on the other hand, it's only like half a level. Oh, is this the place where those two Great Shield guys are? Oh, hello, sir. Maybe they've got Titanite chunks? Seriously. Literally got more Titanite slabs than chunks this whole game. I have got like 20 slabs. No, not a chunk. Not a single one. It is, yeah. I'm up to the DLC now. But I'm almost done with the game, actually. I'm in the Frost DLC, fighting the Twin Tigers. I've been stuck there for quite a while, so I thought I might try and upgrade my armor, but I can't find the stuff that I need. Beaten up some armored guys, and I found Twinkling, I found slabs, I found large Titanite shards, but nobody in this game uses chunks. Not a single person drops them. I probably need to go to Black Gulch or somewhere horrible. Go on, let's start on this boss, against my better judgment. Hey Phoenix, we're at Frozen Ilium Lois and we're about to go sliding down a hill. Let me put on my good gear, I guess. Me, I'm from the UK. Pretty much straight in the middle of England. 13 hours, ooh. From my experience, that's enough to make you feel a lot worse, but also maybe enough to help you recover. If you sleep that long, you probably need it. You actually feel better? Oh, okay. I'm glad to hear that. Typos are different from misspelling. Alright. I had a bit of a warm-up. Let's go first try these tigers. Sad about not being able to work, though. Well, at least it's the weekend now. You'll probably be fine by Monday, right? With any luck? I think I'm about over mine. It lingered longer than I thought it would. I got like 99% better and then it wouldn't go. And I think I'm still not perfect. I've got just this little bit at the back of my throat, but 99.999%. I went running today. I wouldn't be doing that if I was still sick. Actually, I kind of did it a little bit because I was still sick. I was like, I gotta burn out the last of the toxins. Let's do some running. It'll either cure me or make me worse. So far hoping for cure. Took it out of me, but once I'd had my shower I felt pretty good. Got a week's vacation next week. Huh. Well, then you'll definitely be well when you go back, right? You got plans for your vacation? Are you going away, or are you just having a chill week? Some intense stream watching. Watch Joker on Monday, only plan. Oh, it's your birthday on Sunday? Congrats, dude. I hope you have a good day. What are you now? 43? 44? 45? Not yours. Oh, okay. Visiting a friend, huh? You don't celebrate? Birthdays or in general? I don't celebrate my birthday if I can get away with it, but people usually throw something at me. Yeah, happy birthday to your family member. See, joke was your celebration with two friends. Fair enough. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, here we are. I beat this first try. I don't see us having any problems, to be honest. Oh, like, you see that? I upgraded my gauntlets one level. With some twinkling that I found. So he's doing almost no damage to me now. That damage is tiny compared to what it was. I mean, the difference between level 4 gauntlets and level 5 is huge. Okay, so now that I've shown you guys his moveset, I should probably, you know, just win this fight for you. Get the early dodges out of the way. His attacks are slower than they look, and also faster than they look. Yeah, up all next week. You should be able to be there for the next game we play after this one. Probably either going to be Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne. You can help me make a character. Assuming that I finish this game by then. Assuming that I've beaten this one boss by then. Looking a little iffy. How long have I been stuck on this boss? It's been a couple of sessions. It's been like 10 hours, I think. That's a significant chunk. Yeah, 3 sessions? That's going to be about 10 hours. That is a significant chunk of my playtime on this game. I mean, admittedly, the first session was more me being stuck on the horses than being stuck on the tigers. But like a full quarter of my time playing this game has been me walking through this snowfield, I think. My opinion of Dark Souls 2 has sadly plummeted. Goes on forever. The most mocking part is that you fight horses here. Horses obviously exist in this world, but you can't ride one to get across the snow better. That'd be madness. Using a mount to travel across bland, boring terrain in a speedy fashion? Sorry, we're not playing Bobby's Pony Adventure here. That should be one of the games I put up for vote. I don't think it's called Barbie. There's got to be a Barbie horse racing game or something. What is the next intense game that I will play? Bloodborne? Dark Souls 3? Or Barbie's Pony Adventure? I mean, let's be honest, I know you guys. That's possibly the only game that could get me out of this Soulsborne trap. If I put Barbie's Pony Adventure on that list, it will win. Lion King on the NES. Is it different to the, I suppose it must be, because the NES was a gen before. How is it different to the one for the Genesis? I played the one for the Genesis a couple of times on my retro evening. That is a hard game. I have not beaten it. Got close to the end, but not beaten it. Can I lock onto the one that I was fighting, please? Okay, one down. One down. Ow! I couldn't see a thing there, so thanks for that game. That was too calm and steady. I calmly steadied there while it jumped at me. I'm already sweating, yeah. The tension is too much. I shouldn't have gone running this morning. My body is exhausted. The shield is heavy on his arm. He lets it slip to the ground. Sweat clots under his helmet, dripping into his eyes. He removes it, and it clatters to the floor. I think there's more stuff to that, but I don't think I quoted even the bits I said accurately. Something, 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 and then I throw a spear at Xerxes. And it doesn't really help my current situation, but it sure makes me feel better about getting beaten up so much. Leonidas is lucky that he didn't get away from that fight, because he never would have lived it down. All through that film, the Spartans are like picking up elephants and throwing them off cliffs. Firing laser beams out of their eyes to sink Persian ships. Uppercutting enemies into the sun. And then when it actually matters, Xerxes can't hit a guy 3 feet in front of him with a javelin. The guy who's not even moving. You can only imagine the collective groans from his followers. Damn it, Leonides. I told you not to throw it left-handed. Should have just used your frost breath, but no, you gotta show off. Okay, that went alarmingly well. See, this is it, right? I've got to beat these guys early. I got to beat it in my first couple of attempts before I get tired and salty. You think I'm going to beat this on the last one of the day when I'm full of fury at myself and everything around me? It's not happening. This is me in my prime, okay? I've got to take this thing down. This could be my last chance. Ow. Oh, that's me. This just takes so long to drink in this game. He was fouling, I thought I could tap it, but... his attack Q and the attack that follows it are all faster than me sipping Estus. Sick of you making noises at me. What are you so smug about? Yeah, how'd you like that? It wasn't bad. Not the best I've done. I didn't get him to his final form. How are you doing, Alex? You having a good day? You got work tonight? Sucks. But hey, job's a job. I know you're looking for one for quite a while. And I gotta assume it's only temporary for you. You've got your qualifications now, right? Got yourself a degree? It's a summer job. Milk it for that XP and get out. Like, I know fast food sucks, but being able to smile at people while you're having a horrible day is a genuinely useful skill. Got some work out of that when I was in complaints. There's always stuff you can pick up. Just need the money for school. Yeah. Hopefully it's all up from here. Just gotta try and be a little bit better each day. So, pretty much my life motto at this point. I don't know what's going on with my work. I authorized Occupational Health to send their review to my boss, like, over a month ago, I think. And I've heard from my boss today that they've still not received it, so I don't even know what's happening yet next. I don't have any more appointments or anything. They're supposed to figure out something based on my health review, but I'm just sitting here wondering. Disappointing because, like, I mean, people say occupational health everywhere is a joke, and I get you. Stuff like that usually is. But 6 years ago, I had some heart trouble, and I went to occupational health, and pretty much overnight they arranged for me to move from my heavy lifting job to a desk job. Really quick, really responsive, really supportive. I was impressed by how they handled it. And then this time, nothing. This time it's a mess. I don't know if the place has gone downhill or if I just got really lucky last time. Nope, that's... okay. My greatest strength in this fight is that the tiger's a little short-sighted. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh, the double hit. The 11 clap. Hey, how you doing? Ask your friend if he can raid me? Hey, thanks, I appreciate that. It's always nice to have new people in. Yeah, how are you doing? You having a good day? It's the snow. It's the snow that really does it. I kinda like the boss fight. It's hard, but it's not unfair. He's at least 500 viewers right now. Most viewers I've ever had is, I think 52? People with 500 viewers usually have something better to do than raid me. I mean, that'd be awesome if it happened. Yeah, you gotta go through this like 15-minute walk every time. This is why I've been stuck on this fight for 10 hours. 9 of those hours have been me walking through the snow. Honestly, who at FromSoft thought this was a good idea? Like, I legitimately think this is the reason that it's taken me so long to beat the boss, because you can't practice when it takes you so long to get back there. By the time I get back there, I've forgotten everything about the boss. What was I fighting? Some kind of dragon? It was probably a dragon, right? Most things in this game are a dragon. $102 viewers. You must be partner then. That's really impressive. I'd love to get to that level someday. Same person I criticized when they put the bonfires closer together. Unless there's a bonfire after this guy, it's not close to anything. Ever. Gosh, do I hope that this is the last part of this. Can you imagine? Is there more after this fight? And no bonfire, and you just have to keep walking? There's a balance, right? I mean, bonfires shouldn't be 15 minutes apart, not including enemies, but also you shouldn't be able to see three bonfires at once. At that point, Gwyn's gone too far. Damn it, Gwyn, you've gone too far. Well, I dodged one of the spinning attacks. I guess I got overconfident. They're the ones that do most of the damage to me. When he tries spinning, because that's a good trick. Oh, doing this, are we? Ow! How come your spell is faster cast than mine? You're a friggin' tiger! You shouldn't have higher int than me. This tiger's got 99 int, that's why I can't beat him. I've only got like 94 and 95 in. It's just not enough at this point in the game. I'm so underleveled. Because all the bosses, it's because this game has been too easy. I've not needed to level up for most of it. I've just been throwing souls away. This is the first boss at a sensible difficulty. Part of me wants to go explore somewhere and see if I can finish upgrading all of my armor, but logically, I don't think it'll matter. If they do 90% of my health in damage, they kill me in 2 hits, right? If I upgrade my armor a ton and they do 60% of my health in damage, they kill me in 2 hits. It doesn't change anything. The only thing I can really do is, you know, level up my int for that big HP boost. It's really the best defensive stat at the moment. They have to put in a thing where once you've killed all of the horses, you can just ride the coffin the rest of the way here. Just push it down there and it slides along here, and it'd be great. Save so much time. Been over this before. It'd be like the big slide minigame before the Bed of Chaos. That's why the Bed of Chaos is the best boss fight. Like the Dark Souls games copy everything else from their predecessors, but they miss that. Why do they never consider the good stuff? We've reached that point. I get like 4 tries. And then my senses are so dulled from the snow that I just can't get past the first 30 seconds of the fight. Training smithing in Skyrim is so much farming. What are you doing? Just mining stuff up? Are you going from place to place, buying all the ore, making all the stuff and selling it? Mining iron ore. I've been turning all of my iron ore into gold. But it occurs to me, like, you can't upgrade jewelry, right? So even though jewelry is, at this point, worth a lot more, there must be a point where iron armor becomes more cost efficient than gold. But I don't think I've reached that point yet. No? Jewelry gives more XP? I do seem to level up more from jewelry, but it's way too much worth even compared to legendary iron. Oh, okay. Fair enough then. Keep making all the jewelry then. Making jewelry is definitely more convenient because I can make like dwarf metal and that into armor and sell that to the blacksmith. And then the jewelry I can sell to jewelers and mages and the like. So I can fill out more shops. Fee is tied to value. Yeah. Yeah, that part I've noticed, or at least suspected. I do kind of like how Skyrim's XP system works, in that you have to be accomplishing something to get stuff, and it's tied to what you accomplish. Crafting better stuff is worth more XP. Yeah, I guess so. I found a gold mine for the first time in my last session. And I mined up a bunch of gold, and I was like, this is actually I feel like I should be going around going, I'm rich, but honestly, if that place had been an iron mine, I'd have the exact same amount of gold, because I'd just transmute all the ore. I've missed my turning. Oh boy. No, please. Where am I? Not like this. Down here? Yeah, I find the crafting by far the most interesting part of Skyrim. Just walk through the fog gate. You've been through there a dozen times. You don't need to touch the fog gate as though you've never seen it before every single time. Come on. Hi, Stain. I love you too. How you doing? Having a good day? Yeah, I find making stuff and leveling up and then enchanting it and selling it, going from place to place trading, picking up ingredients as I walk and making a few potions as well. I find that really satisfying. It's way more interesting than actually doing the Skyrim adventure. Local Nord loses trinket, asks Freaking Dragonborn to help. Got other things going on, don't you know? Trying to make myself a pretty suit of orc armor. Ow, 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 ow. I'm not trying to say it so the devs don't intend it. I'm just making a statement. Well, I'm dead. I took myself in there so I could heal it whenever we did whatever we did. If I'd been anything other than the explosion, I would have gotten away with it. I got away with it too if it weren't for you pesky tigers and your meddlesome explosions. I feel like I'm meant to have slightly more interest in the Civil War and the dragon stuff. But dungeons are mostly just all the same, you know? You go down there, you fight Draugr, you get an ebony bow, and you learn a new word. Just the simple life of the craftsman is all I need. Just strolling from town to town, making my living. The only thing bothering me, the constant stream of dragons plunging out of the sky to perish by my blade. But hey, when I hit 100 smithing, I'll have a lot of dragon bone to work with. Smithing easily my highest stat. I think I'm on like 70 smithing already. I feel like I've spent whole sessions just chilling in town, crafting stuff. You can make ebony, it goes really fast. think you need 80 for ebony? I was eyeing it up. I've got plenty of ebony, I can't use it yet though. Mostly work dwarf metal and orichalcum. I picked up, I think I picked up elven smithing at my last level up. I mean, obviously elf stuff sucks, but you know, at least I can use all that moonstone ore that I've got now for something other than evolving my Clefairy. One more material that I can work. That's the biggest advantage I can get for my character. Now I really want to play Sky, thanks guys. I can't do it until Monday. Not only the game that I want to play over the Dark Souls games, but this fight is doing that to me. Normally the Dark Souls games are the one I look forward to, mostly because they're simple. You go into Dark Souls, you know what you're doing. You're going to roll through it while two-handing a Black Knight Greatsword and just keep moving. It's a simple, chill game. I recall I did get real salty with Dark Souls 1 for a while. Not because of the actual gameplay, but because so many people are coming in there and yelling at me for not rolling through it while two-handing a Black Knight Greatsword. Oh my gosh. The backseating when I played Dark Souls 1 was horrific. Doesn't seem to be as bad in this one. I guess you play this one, people assume you've played the first and don't backseat as much. Or maybe I've just gotten better. Present boss fight excluded, of course. Part of me kind of wants to play a pacifist run of Skyrim, where I literally do just travel from town to town, selling my wares. But I don't know what the end game would be there. You can't really do anything with that except go town to town selling your wares. I mean, I know there's no ending to aim for anyway, but I don't know. In comparison, another game that I've wanted to do a pacifist run of is Sid Meier's Pirates, where you're supposed to be a pirate going around robbing people and becoming a nautical legend, racking up your gold, fighting in wars, etc., etc. But you can just be a legitimate trader, going from port to port, buying low, selling high, and it's possible to beat the game that way. You have to occasionally defend yourself against pirates, and fight off your arch nemesis, but that's stuff that traders would have to deal with anyway. So I don't think that would break the rules of the game, the rules of the challenge. Own every house and plot of land. Yeah, I guess so. Just to build a merchant empire. Just own everything that you need. That said, to even own a house in every place that I've been to, you're not owning a house unless you've done a lot of mercenary work. Murder this, slay this, recover this. All of that is very... buying property is very combat-based. The money requirement is quite simple. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting the invest in stores ability in my current run, let alone in my Merchant Empire run. Ah. Dodging this, and I accept it. I tried to dodge it anyway. I probably should have just got an extra hit in. I don't know why I did that. He was gonna pounce back. Felt like my thumb hit the heal button without my consent there. The hand's like, perfect time to heal, yay! My brain's just screaming, no, please, stop! You're gonna get us killed! Yeah. I mean, that's generally what I'm trying to do here. I mostly know the specific moments where I have enough time to drink, but this boss is quite... I'm finding this boss quite hard to read. The fun part of doing a Skyrim pacifist run would be early on. Because normally you're practically required to do some fighting to get yourself the capital to get started, right? Early on, even if you're an orc with that high starting smithing, you can't buy ore, craft it into stuff, and sell it back for more than the ore cost. So you'd have to go mine that ore. Smelt it, make your stuff, sell it for a little bit. Practice your smithing and your speech that way. Slowly work up those skills, pretty much like an actual smithing apprentice. Just run through every step of the process. You couldn't just walk into town, buy all their stuff, craft all their stuff, sell all the stuff. But yeah, you'd still have to go adventuring to be able to buy houses and stuff. "28 ore veins." I mean, mostly you can go to the legitimate mines and get a lot of iron, right? That's what I mean about it's not that... Once you've got the transmute spell, which I suppose you wouldn't have in a pacifist run and would be an important part of the challenge. Yeah, if you want to make money, it's not hard to get. Just go to one of the big mines, get a load of ore and transmute it all. charged into that one, apparently. Don't feel that hit me. We'll agree to disagree. I can't dodge that for life. Well. Stand and breathe break. Do you feel like I'm getting tilted? How do you just keep moving? I mean, yeah, I don't know if taking a break helps with that. Alright, let me stand up. Yeah, I guess so. I don't feel tilted, really, but I have noticed that I tend to get worse as it goes on. After a while, I stopped being able to beat even the first form. I experienced that with the Fume Knight as well. I spent an entire session doing almost nothing to him. And then, on the next session, I beat him on my first try, I think it was. Let me wander around some areas. Maybe I can get a level of Int. And also maybe I can figure out a place where I can farm Titanite chunks. So I can't find those things anywhere. Oh, I should really change my gear, I suppose. Blind. Oh, there you are. Dwarf Men of Gaia? Did I fight Dwarf Men of Gaia? Were they in Black Gulch? Probably would have been quicker to go the other way. Side area before the crystal cave with all the doors are from. There was a crystal cave? Can't I remember anything? Yeah, Dwarf Men of Gaia sounds like a sensible place to look for them. I went to the two places I could think of with knights. Oh, forgot you existed. And, is this the place with the people coming out of the mirrors? No, I thought it was here. Maybe it was on an upper floor. I went to Iron Keep and they dropped shards, and I went to the castle, the palace, and they dropped slabs. I'm like, I just want chunks. I can't find anywhere that drops chunks. I've got more slabs in my inventory than I have found chunks this entire game. It is upsetting. Yeah, these are what I was wondering about. These weird magic knights, but I don't know. Still hear hammering. Is there another one of them around? Must be something else. Spider bust zone. Yeah, let me go have a look over there. A couple of chunks to upgrade my armor would be nice, even though I don't think it'll make any difference. So let me unwind from that boss for a little bit. So, Doors of Pharos? Oh, Gaim's Respite. I do have more to explore in Ilium Lois. I wanted to do the actual plot stuff there, venturing into the abyss last. Partly to save the main event for the last bit, and partly because I was told to look for knights, and I don't know how many of them there are. And I didn't know if maybe there might be one of them at the end of the snowfields. And at this point, a million people have spoiled to me the fact that there is not a knight at the snowfields, and that I should be doing the other place first, but I'm still trying to do it this way around, mostly out of spite. Oh? So I don't know if I got all the knights or not. Hopefully I did. I don't know where else to look if they're not in the snowfields. I got 3 or 4. Yeah, maybe I could go do that first. Ah! Look at that. That is stuck in my head. That is something. But yeah, the lady strongly ooh, come back here, no! I bet that had chunks. Night bugs are awful in this game. It's just... Large shard. Yeah, I don't think I can get chunks here. I don't think there are chunks in this game. I think you can only get chunks from chests. Oh, we got a chunk. Finally, my quest is over. I can rest now. At the end of this game, you have to make a choice. You either craft something with a Titanite chunk, or you walk away from it. Ah, the site of the hidden 4th DLC. Guess that's all the dwarves. So just that one tiny area where you can dream about getting chunks. No wonder I've never been able to find any. How many chunks do I need? I think like 5? Yeah, light a torch. That's what I wanted you to do there. Ignore the treasure on the ground. Shards. Magnificent. Yeah, I found a couple of Dwarven ruins in Skyrim. A Dwarven ruin was actually one of the first places that I went to. Stumbled across the one in Markarth? Markarth? Is that the one in the southwest? The little valley community? Found myself a lot of Dwarven material. Crafted myself some good Dwarven gear. It's time to replace it with Orcish gear though. I found that interestingly, Orc armor seems to be better than Dwarf armor, but Dwarf weapons are better than Orc weapons. You'd think it'd be the other way around, right? Makes sense? You think so, Alex? Orcs are typically portrayed as aggressive and dwarves defensive. You think they'd build on those strengths, right? There's not a huge amount in it, to be honest, but that is the way the stats roll. But yeah, works for me. I've still got my been using my dwarven weapons still, but I got myself some nice orc armor. Looks stylish. Makes me feel properly dressed. I've decided to leave my my assistant, my sidekick, in dwarven armor because it's bright yellow and really striking, so I'm less likely to lose him. Get him mixed up with enemies or what have you. He looks very different. Dwarf engineers, machines on for war, orcs, armor smithing and defense. Yeah, I guess so. It's the opposite way around how they're normally portrayed. I guess I like that they're doing something different with them. Yeah, that's also true. Orc smithing is both a material and a style, supposedly. Whereas dwarf stuff is just made out of dwarf metal, I guess? I don't know. I mean, there's like one set style that you can make of dwarf metal. So maybe the idea is that they're copying dwarven designs when they work that stuff? Tells about the weight of orcish armor? I've not really noticed. Is orcish armor particularly light or heavy? I think it's about the same as dwarven stuff. Maybe. I think... in the first game, which may be barely canon at this point. In the first game it implies that dwarves went extinct recently. And I think there are orcs in that game. I don't think they're a playable race at that point, but I think they exist. I suppose it'd be I don't know. I suppose it'd be interesting to know how orcs came into being, because they're quite different from other elves. But then dwarves are technically elves in the Elder Scrolls, right? And they're also quite different from other elves. What if orcs were dwarves all along? Yeah, what if the Dwemer and the Orsimer were the same race? Something happened to transform them. And they're both physically strong. Both love crafting. Both live in isolated, tightly knit structures. Yeah, both live in the mountains. Also, goblins are a kind of elf that now live in dwarf cities. The Falmer? And orcs and goblins are often closely related. Orcs don't live in mountains? Is that not where they build their fortresses? I mean, they live all over the place. Because obviously they scattered after their past dwarf cells dug too greedily and too deep. Dwemer and Orsimer are the same race. I'm now convinced of this. This is my headcanon. And it's probably disproven by law. But I don't know any of the law yet, so... bear with me, I'm stupid. Okay, let's narrow this down. Orcs will live anywhere. Some of them live in mountains. There's at least one. There's quite possibly the orcish capital, if there is such a thing, is mountain-based. They're not a mountainous folk, but they like to live in fortresses, and mountains are a good place to build forts. Can we all compromise on this? Come on, Alex, work with me here. We're gonna. If you keep up this argument, you're gonna put poor Phoenix in the grave. You know, for the 5 minutes or so before he reincarnates. Honestly, it's probably the best thing for him if we finish him off. He won't be sick when he's reborn. Orsinium. That's an awesome name. When do we get a Skyrim game set in Orsinium? Well, obviously the orcs don't live underground anymore. Think about the terrible thing that happened that transformed them into orcs. They're not gonna stick around there. They dug too greedily and too deep. Leave that stuff to the farmer. They don't have the brains to care. The current Orsinium. Implies there's been a few of them? I guess that makes sense for a semi-nomadic warlike people. I've gotten a couple of shards. I don't think I've even got enough to get one level up. But oh well. Let's move on from here. I'm sick of this. Let's go somewhere where I can get... Let's go to the grave site, and I will get some souls for my next level of inn. And then I think we're ready to fight those tigers again. I stopped fighting tigers for like 5 minutes, and you guys are coming to blows over Skyrim. A game that we're not even playing. Facial hair and hot architecture is Mongolian inspired. I don't think I've seen either of those things, so I guess I don't know. My orc lady is very clean shaven. Oh, I meant to get more soul arrows. Oh well. Probably be fine. Probably. Yeah, sadly there's not a lot of orc structures in Skyrim. At least not that I've seen. Okay, so it's weird, right? That Orichalcum's basic defining trait in our world is that it's a golden metal that glitters like fire. Just like the dwarf metal. But Orichalcum in-game, in the Elder Scrolls, is greenish black. What if the dwarf metal is real Orichalcum? And after they were forced to flee to the surface, the newly stranded orcs found the other metal, and they just called it Orichalcum because that's what you call your special metal, right? They were a lost people. They'd already lost most of their culture. They were scared and confused. It's all just a translation error. The new stuff they found is like new Orichalcum. Oh, hold on a second, I just realized I'm not even wearing the right hat for this. I look like a fool. Achoo. 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 At some point I could do with figuring out where Gavlan went. You can sell stuff to him, right? I've got tons of duplicate equipment I could be selling. Like, it'd be a one-time thing, but I bet we could get a pretty big haul from going to sell all of our stuff to him. Maybe that's how we get round to maxing out our int. Out, no, no, please, out, no. Stop. Stop, I'm sorry. I said I was sorry. I'm sorry, I just want to leave. I just want to go home. Oh, my souls. I gotta walk all the way out there again. I should have just hid behind the pillar and teleported out. I wanted a nice even 55,000, so I could make sure I could level up and buy some life gems and upgrade my leggings. You got some food? You won't be the only one disappointed, Alex. Today's the day. It's gotta be today. We've gotta do this. I'm gonna upgrade my leggings, I'm gonna get my level of int, and then we're gonna take those tigers down. Leave me alone. I've done nothing to you. Come on, we gotta get that tiger.
There until.
No, don't worry, Penguin. I've been waiting for you. I've not started yet. I've just been exploring some old areas in case I missed anything. You're here just in time.
I'll be around if you make it back.
Alex, shush. I've not been to the tiger yet. Stop making stuff up. It's all lies.
Thank you kindly.
Hey, good morning, Penguin. How are you doing? Hope you slept well? We've only got 97 life gems. We're a little short on those. If I game over, it's because I've not got enough life gems. Still fast roll like this. Maybe this is better. Slightly more hit point. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna matter because I'm still gonna die in 2 hits. The extra HP doesn't make a bit of a difference unless it changes it from 2 hits to 3. Still sleepy? Need your coffee? Well, you've got plenty of time to boil the kettle whilst I walk all the way down there. This blizzard goes on forever. I should time how long it takes to get through this blizzard. Definitely more time than the average boss fight does. All this running through the snow. Wearing all this armor, no less. We must have the thighs and calves of a stone golem by now. Bullets just bounce off of them. I don't know if I've ever been running in snow. I'd be worried about slipping. But I know running in sand is a freaking nightmare because it cushions so much of the blows, so you have to put yourself that much harder to move the same distance. It like soaks up your movement. I gotta imagine that snow's similar. Robs you of your momentum. What did I do outside fighting this boss? What, today? I mostly went looking for Titanite chunks, because not all of my armor is upgraded. Titanite chunks really rare in this game. I finally found one place where they drop. There's like 3 enemies there that occasionally drop chunks. Seriously, I found more enemies that drop slabs than drop chunks. It's ridiculous. I'm still not fully upgraded armor because farming chunks is taking so long. Also, I got a level of Int. I'm up to 96 now. 3 levels away from finally having enough Int. An adequate amount. Alright, here we go. Come on, kitty. Time to gut that tiger. Okay, we've both been blooded. Now the fight can begin in earnest. Okay. I was underneath the other car. I don't feel like you should have been able to get me there. No, no, no. That's too late. Okay, that was my warm-up try. I can't dodge that icicle spear attack. The attack goes on for longer than my iframe does. I can dodge the first 4 or I can dodge the last 4, but I can't dodge all 5. Seems to be the general case. Do I have a human effigy? I've not had a human effigy for 20 hours. Yeah, having the 2 enemies is pretty rough. But wait, all boss fights, Phoenix? Like, in games in general? Ornstein and Smau are giving each other a look now. Because Ornstein and Smau are the best fights in, is the best fight in Soulsborne, right? It's true, they are very different. This time you're just facing a boss you already fought, except this time there's 2 of them. Yeah, that's fair. That's the different matter. Ornstein and Smau are overlapping attacks with different patterns. Here, there's literally nothing but there are 2 of them. We already fought one tiger as a boss in this very DLC. Like, literally this is how the boss fights go. You fight a boss that's 1 tiger, then you fight a boss that's 2 tigers, exactly the same as each other and as the first boss. I liked base Dark Souls 2, but these DLCs are really 0 effort. So much copy-paste. Yeah, not only do I not have any humanity, but the only enemies I know that drop humanities are now extinct. They've stopped spawning because I spent so much time farming them for humanities. The dark side to doing the Dark Corridors questline. The downside to that, it just uses a lot of humanity. Yeah, see? If I dodge the first one, then I'm stun locked for the last one. My timing has to be flawless to dodge all 5. Maybe if I remove my lock-on. Don't have to remove lock-on. I can try it. Oh cripes, is it 3 o'clock already? It was like 2. I've already been at this for 2 hours. I've used up more than half my allotted time for this stream on these tigers. And the only progress I've made is I've got slightly better leggings and slightly more health, but none of that matters because they still kill me in 2 hits. Still, I've got that extra damage, right? Now that I've got that bit more in, it's going to do more damage. We're going to get through the fight faster. Less chances to get unlucky, you know, if we kill the enemy real quick. Yeah, everybody told me the DLCs for Dark Souls 2 are massive, and a lot of people were saying they were the only good parts about Dark Souls 2. I can't agree with that assessment. They mostly feel like they don't go anywhere. The Ash Keep set up some really interesting story and then did nothing with it. This one is just copy-paste central. The first one was alright. It did have that one area that was... looked like they ran out of budget. Just copy-pasted enemies from earlier in the game as invaders, as a boss fight. And then when you beat them you got a flower skirt of no real note or interest. I mean, the poison dragon was kind of cool. A little squishy. I don't remember if there were any... There was a lady that I fought who summoned things, right? She was quite tough. And then there was the dragon after her who was pretty easy. I don't remember if there were any other bosses in there. Yeah, I guess that does work. It might not work if I'm close, I'm not sure. Guess we'll have to try it and find out. Ooh, that's ridiculous. This fight has some hitbox trouble. Like that attack there, I rolled into the back of his leg. That clearly did not hit me in any meaningful way, but... Oh, he's gonna explode. Yep. Realized it too late. Oh no! That thing was doing its ice beam attack behind the other one. You gotta keep one behind the other so they can't gang up on you, then you can't see when they're doing their ranged attack. I ate all my chocolate this morning because I was stressing out about something. And now I'm playing this and I could really do with some chocolate. But at first I'm thinking of just giving up on chocolate. It makes me feel ill more than it makes me feel better. I found some really nice vegan chocolate that I was addicted to for a little while. I'd not had chocolate for such a long time and it was really, really good, but... It's, the effect has kind of worn off on me. I think it was just the novelty of it. I'm gonna stop buying it, I think. Uganda Tuga. Hi, how you doing? You don't like this boss? I don't think anybody does. I mean, the thing is, I don't feel like the boss is that bad. It's the fact that you've got to walk through the snow for like 15 minutes every time that really gets you aggravated. You die and it's just like, ugh, I gotta walk there again. The boss itself is alright, it's kind of boring, it's 2 copy pastes for previous boss. But I mean, tigers are kind of cool, right? It's eh. I'm not seething with white hot rage. I don't know what to tell you. Because I also don't know how I'm not just seething with white hot rage. I traded in my anger for +2 int. It helps me fix my computer when it breaks, but now I can never be a barbarian. I think it actually goes back to my childhood. You might find this hard to believe, I used to have quite a temper. Like, kid me wasn't easy to provoke, but when I got angry, I really, really got angry. And I didn't like that about myself. So I've just taught myself to not get angry, I guess. Almost. These days I sometimes feel like anger draws upon an emotional energy that I just don't have. Being angry is so much work. I don't have that energy. If life bullies me, I'll just lie down and be sad for a bit. That's so much easier, you know? And now I can't see a thing. Thank you, camera angle. Anger is a survival instinct? I mean, when you get down to it, most of human life is a survival instinct. But our instincts aren't really designed for the world that we live in. Evolution takes a long, long time. And humanity has... Humans live a decent length. They have a long generational cycle. We live a long time, we gestate for a long time. We've had civilization for 5,000 years, and humans have existed for 100,000. Our brains are set up to live on the plains, hitting antelope with a rock. It's a wonder we can function in society at all. Yeah, these days your fear reaction probably hurts you more than it helps you in any situation where you're experiencing fear. But I mean, it would have been vital at one point. We built society? Yeah, I guess, but I mean... So yeah, I suppose to an extent we built society so it's fit around our brain problems. Aliens who had a different tribal life would probably have a very different society life. Falling when you go to sleep? What, the dreams of falling that wake you up? Yeah, that's still not a survival trait in modern life. Anything that back in the tribal back in the tribal days, living out on the plains. Tribal's not the right word. I can't think of the word that I want though. But yeah, back in the old days, you probably needed to sleep really lightly in case a friggin' tiger came up and ate you. These days, if I want to get through work without being yelled at my boss, I kind of need to sleep perfectly soundly through bin men outside driving a massive truck and picking up giant containers of stuff to throw into it. Yeah, we're using our software for something it was never designed for. So it's a thing you have to bear in mind when looking at human life, I guess. Those are the most disappointing ones, where you die immediately. So I just walked all the way there, and now I've got to walk all the way there again. I need a hack of this game, a mod, where you get to play the Final Fantasy VII snowboarding minigame to get from the start of this area to the boss fight. That would make it all worthwhile. 209 iron ingots. Are you making them all into gold? To make daggers out of it. Fan the flames. Ready the forge. We are raising an army. Can you imagine trying to explain to the guards in Skyrim just why you're carrying around 104 iron daggers? Not that it takes much to set the guards off. I mean, you actually get 2 gold rings for 1 gold ingot. Oh, well, I suppose you get 1 ring per ore because it takes 2 gold for an ingot, whereas it only takes 1 iron for an ingot. But yeah, I think if you can be bothered with transmuting that much, you're gonna get more XP and money out of the rings. Especially if you've picked up some jewels whilst mining. For science purposes. Excuse me, sir, why are you carrying 104 daggers? For science! Persuade check succeeded. I'm sorry, Professor. Please go about your business. Intimidation check. How dare you interrupt my science! Yeah, you either get the persuade check of for science, or you get the intimidate check of do not disturb my circles. I felt like I had that dodge. I need to put this tiger between me and the other tiger. I can't fight in the middle of them like this. There we go. Oh, how little health he's got left. If only... If only I had slightly more int, he'd be dead by now. No, please. No, okay. Cast. That didn't hit me. Stop pretending it hit me. Why are you lying to me? Sorry I'm not looking at chat, but I think if I get to this point, then looking at chat is inexcusable. I think I saw Burzum's name, though. Hi, Burz. Hope you're doing well. Ah, come on. No! It hurts. Doesn't do any extra damage in-game, but it hurts more in my heart when I'm in the air from a roll and I get hit by the claw. Just battered out of the air. Oh. Exactly, Phoenix. Science is all the dialogue you need. Yeah, that damage exactly burrs him. Kills me in 2 hits. I half-heartedly got some better armor and more health and stuff like that, but going from him doing 90% damage to me to him doing 60% damage to me doesn't actually help, because he still kills me in 2 hits. He looks so fat and slow. A dark joke? I'm not big on censorship, but I'm also not big on dark jokes. As long as it's not racist or homophobic or anything like that, I'm not gonna stop you. Just make sure your dark joke is really classy, you know? Yeah, I'm fat and slow, Buzz. I actually went running this morning. I've been sick for ages and I've done no exercise. Yeah, maybe not then. Maybe leave that one. So yeah, I've not worked out for a while because I've been sick, and I went running today because I was like, I'm on the edge of health. And like, running is either going to make me sick again, or it's going to burn the toxins out of me. So I went running, and I think I feel better for it, so I think it was the right choice. But yeah, I got really out of breath from that. So I'm definitely slow. And as for the fat part, I did eat like a big, massive bar of chocolate today because I got a stressful letter from work. I know where this joke's going. An oldie but a goodie. Oh, spun myself around because I was trying to look at chat. I feel like I missed stuff. Thick is the appropriate term. Maybe my character looks thick. I was saying earlier, you know, I don't know about running on snow because it's slippery and I don't think I'd risk it, but I know running on sand is brutal on your legs. Because ironically, because it cushions you, it absorbs all of your momentum. So you have to push twice as hard to run at the regular speed. So I assume running on snow is an absolute nightmare. And I've spent the last 11 hours just running through this snowfield non-stop. All I'm saying is you could... My character has got thighs and calves like you wouldn't believe right now. You could bounce a bullet off of those. Only attacks on my upper torso do damage anymore. Yeah, you think my character looks slow, Buzz? You think I'd be better off moving to some lighter gear? Like, I moved on to heavy stuff here because in defiance of my usual fashion theory. because I was sick of being stuck, but I don't know how much it's helping. Horses are pretty much all gone, yeah. That's how long I've been stuck here. I've despawned all of the horses. Unless I get really lost in the blizzard, I don't see a horse on my way around. I know, right? I'm trying not to grumble about this boss too much, but the hitbox is all over the place on this thing. There are attacks that go nowhere near me that are hitting me. The timing is really off on this whole fight. Oh. Please, no, please, please, no. Just no, please, please. Why? No, no, please. I feel this fight is 90% luck based on whether that tiger... whether I can kill the first tiger before the second one really gets involved. Sometimes he just sits around and lets me beat him down before the other one gets in on it. And that's not so bad. You know, I just gotta beat a tiger twice in a row. But if fighting both of them together... I don't have song requests running now. I like to put my streams up on YouTube afterwards, and you can't do that if you've got song requests. Pretty much any video with music in it gets taken down on YouTube. Even the stuff that I've got permission to use. I've gotten copyright strikes off of YouTube for the Ogre's Hummingbird stuff that I use for the Minecraft Monday. I'm like, I have permission to use that. I'm close friends with one of the musicians. With several of the musicians. I hang out with them all the time. There's some angry bots on YouTube that disagree. It is painfully tragic that with my awful... You guys know that I have an awful sense of direction, right? How painful is it that I've done this so often that I can navigate by feel through this blizzard and arrive where I need to be? That is several red flags. New Game Plus is going to be hell in that fight. I've never done any of the New Game Pluses in Dark Souls. I don't know, it just doesn't really interest me. Although I've been told that this game has the best New Game Plus because there's actual new stuff in it. The best thing about this boss fight is that brief pause where it opens its mouth and gleefully stares at you before it goes charging in. Because it looks so much like my cat. I see my cat do that face and then that exact same bound, and I know that I'm gonna get a few purrs and a lot of scratches. Oh. Really? At this range? Okay, those went all over the place. I think you forgot to lock on there, buddy. No, I get you. Lock on is awful. I can understand. I can sympathize. Well. They can't shoot behind him? Oh, I did not know that. I thought they just locked in on you anywhere. So, extra invaders and stuff like that just to catch you off guard. It's interesting enough, I guess. I don't know. I don't really play New Game Pluses in most games. Like a hard mode where you start from the beginning and build up your character from scratch again. Against more difficult opponents, that's interesting. Just playing the same character that you already had. Just again, against the same enemies, slightly tougher. I have to say that one doesn't get me. I'd like them to, I'd be more interested if they gave us, yeah, I suppose you can. You can just make a new character and just carry over your gear and your level. Start out as a powerful guy against powerful enemies. Some part of me finds rerolling my character to be deeply uncomfortable, but I suppose under that circumstance. She appears before entering her arena. Do you have to fight her twice, or does she just ambush you in a different spot? But yeah, I'd have been more interested if they gave us like some weird challenge modes or something after you finish the first game. I suppose that's what mods are for. Like I said at the end of Dark Souls 1. It wasn't really a joke in that I'd love it if it actually happened. That I want an Artorias mode where you start with all of Artorias' gear and weapons. You can't change any of it, and every summon sign is replaced with Sith. And you just play through the game as Artorias. That would be awesome. Sounds OP. All the damage you do to her gets transmitted in the actual fight. Okay, so it like carries over. Fair enough. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I suppose it would be kind of OP for Unix because it's endgame gear. But it's... I mean, the idea of a challenge isn't necessarily to make it harder, but it's to make it different. Well, yeah, I suppose. I don't know how you'd do stats in this challenge. I assume you'd still need to level up. Maybe you wouldn't have control over how your stats level, or... Maybe you do, but, you know, you're stuck as Artorias' gear, so you want to build an Artorias-style build. So for the whole game, you'd fight just the same boss over and over, except there'd be one more of him each time? First, you should speak to the guys who made this DLC. I think they could get you a job at FromSoft. Oh yeah, Einstein and Smile were the best Soulsborne fight I've had, I think. Demon Souls is my favourite Soulsborne, but I think Einstein and Smile are still my favourite boss. Oh. Am I using right trigger? I am not. Maybe right trigger is better, since I'm only landing one hit anyway. I don't know. Isn't right trigger like a bit of a noob strategy? Right trigger leaves you vulnerable for longer. Pursuer, Velstats, and Scene. Was Scene the poison dragon? He died pretty quickly for me, so I didn't really get much chance to explore that fight. But I like the idea behind him. Velstadt was really cool. I don't know if it was a good fight, he just seemed like a cool person. Someone made a boss randomizer mod. Big bosses in small areas cause massive confusion. That does sound kind of entertaining. Yeah, so I think in an Ornstein, not in an Ornstein, in a Artorias run, you'd obviously have to think about stats for beating bosses. There'd still need to be a level up mechanic, I think. Hey, let's expand on that idea. What about... Why not have all 4 knights? Give me an Ornstein mode. Where you play as Ornstein with all of his stuff. And every summon is replaced by Smough. That won't cause complete mayhem. That won't result in a ton of boss fights where he can't fit through the boss fog. An actual story mode? I mean, that'd require a bit more modding to get a story that fits the characters, but yeah, that would be cool. Oh, I got spun around this time. Might even have to fight a horse. Who are the other knights? There's the assassin lady. I suppose you could play through as her. I don't know who you'd summon. We know very little about her. She seems quite boring. She's got those cool weapons, though. Yeah, I was building up to that one. How did you say his name again? Is it Gao? Yeah, that would be hilarious. You're huge and you're blind. Like Goth. It's Goth. Okay. See, that's what I wanted to say. That's how it looks like it should be said to me. But then part of my brain said it's not. Part of my brain told me that I'd said it wrong before and I should try a different way. Yeah, he'd be the hard one to play. I mean, it'd be cool to have a mod where you play as a giant, but you wouldn't be able to fit into most parts of the game. And also you'd be blind, which would be interesting. In fact, if I was making those modes, that's what I'd do. There'd be a goth mode where the screen is just completely black. And you can move around and hear things, but you can't get out of the room that you start the game in because you're too big to fit through the door. Come on, yes, this was in my mouth. I should have lived through that. I should have lived! I can't think of any games that have really tried to do blindness. But yeah, it's obviously... Video games are largely a visible medium. Like, there's no way you can simulate good hearing in a game without assuming the player has a really good headset. I think in, oh, what's it called? I remember playing this game, Blood Will Tell? Maybe. The key thing is, not an expensive headset, just a decent one, I guess. The key thing is you're going to need to be able to tell directions from the sound. With good accuracy. It's not just to be able to tell whether it's your left or right, you need to be able to tell with accuracy to play that way. Yeah, I think it's called Blood Will Tell. It's an old game. I think PS2 era. My friend had it, and I remember it being really good. Where the plot of the game basically is that demons have stolen all of your body parts, and you're out to slay them and get your body back. And you like start out in a pretty much just in a prosthetic body, with knives for hands and wooden legs and stuff. And you upgrade your character basically by getting your real parts back. Isn't that the Dororo plot? I don't know. I've never heard of Dororo. I don't even know what a power stance is, Buzz. Is it when I do this? No, that's just... I don't even know what that is. But yeah, at the start of the game, you don't have your eyes yet. And from memory, I think you start out, you can only see things that... it does have visuals on screen. But you can only see things that are really close to you. And it's all in black and white. And I think once you get your first eye back, you can see a distance, and when you get your second eye back, it unlocks color vision. And then, like, when you get your arm, you can replace your starting blade with all these cool swords. And when you get legs, you can sprint and jump. And oh, I've wandered off course. And as you get your organs back, your general stats go up. Because I'm weak and clumsy as hell. Do I need a special weapon to power stance? Is it just something you do with certain weapons? You do hand them and they change modes. All weapons can power stance. What is a power stance then? Explain this to me, Buzz. You're saying I can't power stance because I'm weak and clumsy, but I don't know what that even is. Above 50% of the weapon's strength and dex requirements. Okay, yeah, I can't power stance this then. I might be able to power stance my bare fists. Yeah, I get you, Phoenix. And you need 2 weapons? What? Okay, so that's when you like dual wield stuff. Why is it not called dual wielding? It's a dual wielding technique. Okay. I kind of understand now then. That's when you actually go into a dual wielding mode rather than just having 2 weapons. Yeah, when it changes the moves, I think I get you now. But yeah, I can barely use this mace. I leveled up I had to level up extra my strength just specifically to get this mace, and I've not leveled it up since. So yeah, I'm not even close to being able to power stance this thing, let alone carry a second weapon around. I mean, I own a second mace. My weapon often breaks in this fight. So I've got a spare... So I've got a spare mace for when that, just in case that happens. No. That's why I've got the Royal Soldier's ring on. I would be fat rolling without that. Yeah, I've not managed to do it all today, but when I get the second tiger down to the point where he goes into his second stage, my mace is usually in pieces by that point, and in his second stage, things just shatter on him. Because his defense goes through the roof. Once he's below 1/3 health, I literally do less than half damage on him. Yeah, I mean, in theory I could equip one of those maces in each hand. I wouldn't be able to power stance them because I don't have the stats. And, you know, if I was going to level up my stats, I'd obviously focus on int, which is the more important stat anyway for my build. I'm so close to being at the level of int that I need. Like, hopefully if I can beat this boss, that'll be enough souls for me to get my int. Like, the other tiger was like 80,000 souls, I think. And this is the same tiger but twice. 200,000 souls. I meant to try out my R2 in that fight. I didn't actually do it, so I forgot. See if I can stun lock them. But also that fight didn't really go on long enough for me to try it. Can't believe how long we've been stuck on this boss. I want to say this is officially the hardest boss of the Soulsborne series, but actually I don't think I've died to this thing as many times as I died to Fume Knight. It's taken a lot longer, but most of that time is just walking through the snow. Fume Knight was right next to the bonfire. I ran in there and died. He does seem to have a lot of fans. I don't know, I found Fume Knight kind of frustrating. Like, fighting him, I felt like he was really easy, he just had a lot of health. He kept killing me, so... Like, he telegraphs his attacks a lot. Every time I got killed by him, I felt like it was my fault rather than his success. Sir Alon was awesome. He might be my favorite, I think he's my favorite boss fight in this game. I really like fighting him. Is there any official confirmation of how to say Sir Alon's name? Because I think people mostly say Alon, but I think maybe it's meant to be said Alone. So he is a samurai, so you'd think that he'd pronounce his name in the Japanese way? No silent letters in Japanese. It's all phonetic. Say it as it's written. Oh, that was greedy of me. Yep, I deserve that. Yeah, come on. It's when you see a guy with a katana that you know you're up against a true master, right? I mean, kind of, Phoenix. Alone. I can't actually hit the note right anymore. Alone. The basic thing is, they don't have an L or an R, really. They've got a character that's halfway between. Obviously, we don't have a letter for that character. So we, yeah, we use an R for it. Close enough. The same for H and F. We write that row as ha he fu he ho. So ha he fu he ho. Which is like, why does the H turn into an F? But it's always that way. It's a very soft F and a very hard H. It's just more noticeable on the oo sound. Ha he fu he. Ha he hu he ho. Guys, my brain has melted. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and then maybe we'll go get some more Titanite chunks before we try again. I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. So it is pronounced Arane then. Okay. Thanks for checking that, Phoenix. So I've been saying it wrong all this time. I've already forgotten where the place was. Doors of Pharos, right? I think was I one chunk short of what I needed to max out my leggings? No, I need 2 chunks. Okay. Open sword and sorcery comics pronounce everything wrong is written to is the true experience. I mean, I feel like I can't argue with that. That seems fair. Oh, I need to change my gear if I'm going to be doing this. No, back off. I'm not wearing my ring yet. Yeah, I just need that touch more int to take him down. That's the real problem here. Yeah, so in this one is the maximum int, is the maximum stat 99. So in Dark Souls 1 you could level up infinitely, right? Or at least I thought there wasn't any limit. I thought I'd heard stories of people playing New Game plus 500 and having thousands in their stats. I mean, even in this universe, he's a lost to the ages person, right? Arane is from ancient times. Your character's probably never heard his name spoken out loud. There might be nobody left who has. If you've not been to the Eastern Lands, you're not going to know how to say it. That's probably what he's come to be called. Old mundane stone. Why chunks so rare? Place your bets. Will I get in all the chunks that I need before these guys stop spawning? I don't know. I don't know where Gavlan is. I remember meeting him in the harbour, but he's not there anymore. And I don't think he ever came to Missoula, unless he's tucked away in some corner somewhere. I wouldn't mind finding him, to be honest, because I've got lots of junk I could sell. Probably enough for a couple of levels. And the poison swamp. That's probably why I've never found him again. I did have this feeling that he was in the poison windmill. But I remember searching the place looking for him and not being able to find him. Does he appear there at some point? Because I think I've met him twice. I think once at the docks and once at the poison windmill. But he's not at either of those now. That extra bit of end. I'm so close to being the most powerful being in the universe. The mines. That sounds like the sort of place where you'd find a dwarf, right? Yeah, he might be in here then. Let's have a poke around and see if we can find him. Maybe I should get all my stuff out of storage as well. For when, you know, for when I do find him. I don't know if he gives good rate for the stuff that he buys, but hopefully this will be worthwhile souls. Just selling all of my duplicates. I have so many. Alright, Gavlan. Come on, Gav. Where are you? An item? I feel like I've probably not fully explored this area. I kind of just plowed through here. These giants have their back to me. Just nothing die in one hit. Because I don't have enough int, that's why. Yeah, these guys have their backs to me, so that's the way back to the start. So if he's in the mine area, must be out here somewhere. I don't think I've even been this way. Look, there's items everywhere. Also enemies everywhere. Are these unique to this area? I don't recognize these. Oh, I can't see a thing, please. I mean, I was trying to use the choke point, Phoenix. But okay, I wasn't really expecting that. Okay, that was a little smoother. Turns out the secret is not getting hit. It mostly looks like it's just full of powder. What are they mining here? Gunpowder? That's probably coal dust. No, I've never seen any Karate Kid actually. Something something, balance the attack on your head. Something something, head off your foes with a balanced attack. Oh, fragrant branch. Best way to block attack, not be there. Seems legit to me. What a wise man. I mean, I don't disagree with him. Hailstone. Eternal death. Down there? Hold on, what's up here then? Have I been this way? It looks like I've been up here, that's weird. Oh no, there's a chest here, so I can't have been this way. Cool new stuff. Alright, well, here we go. If it's down here somewhere. Soul of a nameless soldier. I can't see a thing. Don't know if I'm even going anywhere. Maybe if I light a torch? We're lighting a torch, let me see in there. Or will lighting a torch blow the entire thing up? I want me to find out. Where am I? There they are. Alright, see how this goes. Okay, yeah, I can see a little bit now. Oh. What? Apparently I've been here. That's where I just came from, yeah. What? Okay, so now I'm back here. This is a mess. So I can presumably get to him through one of these. Gavlan, are you in here? 'Cause you really shouldn't be. Okay, there's all kinds of cool stuff all over the place. A human effigy! I've not had one of those for ages. A precious rarity. Ow! Wasn't expecting that to hurt that much. I swear, enemies are doing more damage to me than they used to do. It really feels like that. Pop another flame butterfly. The only place I've found where they drop is the Shrine of Amumu, and enemies have stopped spawning there. Technically there's some enemies in the other place that do that as well, but in the snow place there's some dogs that occasionally have humanity. They're miles away from a bonfire, and there's only like a couple of them there. It's not really worth my time. Yeah, I know I can burn a bonfire aesthetic to level the whole thing up and bring them back. Be kind of a pain to redo the area, though. Where are you going? Yeah, this isn't the mines. What we got down here? Not exciting. But these all go to the same places. Going there again. It's gonna be a pain. Is that not where you told me to drop down? That's apparently not where he is. Apparently you can't go down that one, unlike all the others. Get those souls, I guess. In the main area poison. I've been over there though. I didn't see anything. Guess I'll go have another look. Along here. Found the altar of sunlight. No Gavlan, however. Yeah, I've been down here. I thought I'd been through all these tunnels, though. Said he's in the main area of poison. I don't see anything down there. First poison area? I didn't know there was a first poison area. I thought that was the first poison area. Get this bonfire. Restock my spells. Okay, I'll head back. Well, at least I'll probably get enough souls for a level just looking for this guy. In before he doesn't sell chunks. Oh. Gavlan detected. I can hear him. I've forgotten that you had like the radar effect on this guy because he's always drinking. It's gotta be down there somewhere then. Oh, hello. Vagrant branches. Spooktober of all month. You're right, Phoenix. I'm deeply sorry.
Gavlan will, Gavlan deal. Gavlan wants soul. Many, many souls.
What a likable fellow.
Want? With Gavlan, you will, you deal.
Gavlan, best guy.
Gavlan will, Gavlan deal. Gavlan, what? With Gavlan, you will, you deal.
Okay, what stuff do you sell? An unupgraded Ring of Giants, poison arrows, and poison moss. No, I didn't win, Buzz. I got distracted. I decided to go find Gavlan in the hopes that he'd sell me some Titanite chunks. He sells nothing. But I can sell him all of my duplicate items and maybe get a level up. It's my dream, but he's not actually offering much for most of these, so I don't know. I could also probably sell him most of my non-duplicates. I mean, I'm on the final DLC. I don't have any Titanite chunks seem to be really rare in this game. I don't know what to tell you, Buzz. I've found more slabs in this game than I have chunks. Genuinely. And I know places where I can farm as many slabs as I want. I only recently found a place where I can where there's an enemy that actually drops chunks. And it's a rare drop and there's not a lot of enemies in that area. Yeah, but she doesn't sell unlimited chunks. She only sells like 4 of them. I bought her out a long time ago. Oh, well, that's incredibly useful to me. Useful information. What do you think, guys? Do I just relent and sell everything but my maces? Phoenix already convinced me to eat all the boss souls. Even though I'd have rather kept them for lore purposes. Consume. Alright, we'll go back up to the top and we'll just eat everything. I don't see myself using anything other than my 2 maces for the rest of the game. We're almost done. Maybe I'll hold on to the falchion, just in case I find a boss that, breaks all of my weapons. Did I just casually sell Artorius' sword? Seems like a thing I might do. I mean, back in the first game, I beat Artorius with his own sword. So I feel like I've fully mastered his sword and have no further use for it. Besides, I can't even use pretty much any of these weapons. I've got spindly wizard wrists. It's a serious condition. And I get no sympathy out of you guys. It's sickening. I don't know how you really sell a pyromancy flame. What's the stuff I'm using? I mean, I guess you can, like, split them off, can't you? So in the first game, the guy gives you a fragment of his flame in order to teach you pyromancy. Yeah, I suppose you hold it the same way you hold souls. How do you move souls around? We're selling stuff, so it must be transportable in some way. Do they just flow into you? Look at these souls. Suddenly I don't care about fighting a bunch of tigers. I'm just gonna go retire. And yet, with all my money, I can't buy a single chunk. Okay, these I'm only selling duplicates, because fashion. What if I need to look good, okay? What if I go to a costume party as a hollow soldier? not defeated anybody. This is a pacifist run. These items were all gifts. From my good friends who I met on my peaceful journey. Man, I've had so much junk this whole game. Why couldn't Gavlan go live in Majula with everyone else? So I could have just been selling him this stuff this whole time. Led astray by his queen. I don't know if she betrayed him as such. I don't know, I don't really... Maybe when I get there I'll understand more. I feel that's probably unlikely. This is a Souls game. Understanding more isn't what we do around here. But was there deception involved, or did she just genuinely convince him that her way was best? End the cycle. Sure he tells you? Okay. Maybe I need to go back and talk to him again. Last time I went there, all that happened was he told me to seek crowns. Which I believe means go do the DLC. Maybe once I've done all the DLC, he'll have new things to say to me. That sounds plausible, right? Yeah, all the queens are the daughters of Manus. All of the crown things. That doesn't mean she deceived him. You'd think the ring that makes gold would be worth more gold. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Many deal, many thanks.
I mean, maybe don't spoil stuff that I wouldn't know yet. me do the DLCs and talk with him again and see if he actually has stuff to say to me.
Bearer until...
So we didn't find those chunks we were after, so I'm afraid we'll have to say that today's session was a failure. On the plus side, 99 int. We finally have enough int. Finally. Leftover souls? Eh? I mean, there's not really any stats worth leveling, but I've got to put them somewhere, so let's get a point of adaptability. You know, those high int plays are all you really need.
You? Thank you kindly.
Wet cardboard cannon. Sounds about right. I don't know, it's just it just seems to be the whole thing with this game. Every enemy has really high damage and really low health. Alright, we've maxed out our int. One last try for the road. And then I need to go get some food. Though to be honest, I don't really feel like a cannon. Earlier on I felt like a cannon. I was doing heavy damage to bosses, even when they were one-shotting me. But now I feel less like a cannon and more like, I don't know, a low-caliber firearm? Yeah, I've actually maxed out int. That was the goal. I said I'd do it before the end of the game. What do I need other stats for? Those 99 int plays. Assumed it would be a lot more souls. It was a lot of souls, but you know, I've not leveled up like anything else since the start of the game, so... I don't think I got many souls from farming horses because they killed me so much. My level 182, so more than half of my levels are int. I have more int than I have all my other stats put together. I mean, I've not found many places to extinction. I think it's just here in the Shrine of Amumu. And that wasn't for souls, that was for Twinkling Titanite and human effigies. But yeah, I just sold all my stuff to Gavlan and that got me a whole bunch of levels. 200,000 souls. And I found a place where you can get a lot of souls really fast. The what do you call it? The King's Graveyard, where there's that guy who rings the bell that summons ghosts. The ghosts give 1,000 souls each and they die in one hit. And they spawn infinitely. I spent a little time there just getting my int up. Because, you know, it's the most important stat. You don't really need anything else. What's getting leveled up yet next? I don't know. I mean, I leveled up my adaptability a little bit, because it was 14, and that's an awkward number. 15's a little more round. But, I don't know, maybe I need to level up my attunement? Get me some more spell casts? Make full use of my int? That's probably what I'm really missing now. More attunement. Well, I mean, come on, think about it. Attunement gets me more spellcasts for doing damage, and it gives me agility, which is iframes. It's the perfect defensive and offensive stat. Right, exactly, Phoenix. You see how it comes together? Oh. Well, I was trying to run there, but I guess I was still in my animation. Kitty, please. 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 No, it's gonna explode. Oh. I mean, I've only got 4 soul spheres. I could do with more of those. Yeah, I knew it was gonna explode, but I was kind of stuck. Let me put this tiger between the other one. Really because I put that point into adaptability instead of attunement, I guess. I really wasted that level. Alright guys, I've really got to go get food, I'm starving. So I'm gonna wrap up there, and we'll wrap up this boss next time. What day is it? Friday? So, Monday afternoon is Skyrim, so Dark Souls 2 will be the next... Dark Souls 2 will be the next Tuesday day. Yes, this is sentence. I'm tired, guys. This is why I'm not winning. But yeah, Tuesday for the next Dark Souls. Maybe we can finish the game then. I feel like, you know, we've only got... I feel like we'll probably beat the Tigers next try. I think we're pretty much dead on that. We've got them now. But yeah, I will be back in 3¼ hours for the Friday night team stream. Be a few of us playing some games together. Probably some League, some CSGO. I don't know how long we'll spend on League because we're on like a 4-win losing streak. Yes, we're on a 4-win losing streak. Last week we didn't win a single game at League. So I don't know if people are going to want to move on from that real quick, but we'll see. In fact, apparently I have League open and Streamlabs is picking it up. Interesting. You're here, so I can't. Oh, are you with us tonight, Burrs? Excellent. We can maybe get a 5-man team. That should be amazing. All right, thanks for being here, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. So I've had a good time despite us making no progress for 14 hours now. So yeah, let's go say hi to Penguin and just give him an update. And I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for being here, everyone.